My name is Jason Perkins. I'd like to welcome you to another episode of my Georgia Workers' Compensation video series. I'm an attorney who specializes in Georgia workers' compensation cases. I created this series of videos because I wanted to provide people who've been hurt at work with helpful information about Georgia workers' compensation law and the benefits available to them under it. Today, I want to talk to you about a specific type of injury, and that's the Georgia workers' compensation rules regarding amputation injuries. Amputation injuries are serious injuries. You're talking about losing a part of your body. Usually in a workers' compensation situation, we see amputation cases when someone has a part of their body trapped in a machine, or it ends up getting crushed between a couple of objects, or sometimes with very serious burn injuries, we see amputations as well. Those are probably the most common situations. If you suffer an amputation injury at work, you need to know a few special rules. The first is that your amputation injury may qualify for something called a catastrophic designation. A catastrophic designation is a special designation in Georgia workers' compensation claims that provides some additional benefits that don't apply to regular injuries. The first benefit that it provides is that if your injury qualifies for a catastrophic designation and you're unable to return to work, there's no automatic cutoff of your benefits from being out of work after 400 weeks from when your injury occurs. So if you suffer a serious injury that keeps you out of work for a long period of time, it can be important for the injury to be designated catastrophic so that your benefits from being out of work don't automatically get cut off. The second advantage of a catastrophic designation is there's not a limit on how long you can get medical treatment or testing paid for by the employer and insurance company. In most Georgia workers' compensation cases, most medical treatment and testing is limited to 400 weeks from when your injury occurred. 400 weeks is about 7.5 years. It may be that your injury may cause you to need medical treatment even further down the road than that. But if your injury is not designated catastrophic in Georgia, most medical treatment and testing stops after 400 weeks. The third benefit of catastrophic designation is that you will be assigned a catastrophic rehabilitation supplier in your case. That's an individual with specialized training that can help you deal with issues about getting medical treatment and returning to work. So there's some significant advantages to getting your injury designated as catastrophic. As I mentioned, amputations have a special rule within the catastrophic designation category, and your amputation injury will qualify for a catastrophic designation if you've had an amputation to your arm, your hand, your foot, or your leg that involves effective loss of use of that appendage. And that part of the law is OCGA 34-9-200.1 G2. Now, even if you don't qualify under that section of the catastrophic designation, your amputation injury could qualify under another couple of sections. And that is, if you've had a burn injury that's resulted in amputations, there's also a section of the catastrophic designation law that talks about burns. That's the G4 subsection. And then there's also a catch-all category, which is if your injury prevents you from returning to most types of work, you may qualify for what's called the G6 catastrophic designation. If you're not able to go back and perform your prior work or work available in substantial numbers in the national economy. Now, even if your injury doesn't qualify for a catastrophic designation, there are a couple of other special rules that you need to know about. The first is that your medical treatment, if you need prosthetics for your amputation injury, may not be limited to 400 weeks for those prosthetics. There's a special part of Georgia workers' compensation law that says that although most medical treatment is limited to 400 weeks when your injury occurred, prosthetics being prescribed by your doctor, especially if they need to be repaired or replaced, you're generally going to be able to get those even more than 400 weeks from when your injury occurred. So if you have an amputation to your finger and you have to get a prosthetic finger, or a prosthetic leg if you had a leg amputation, even if you don't qualify for a catastrophic designation, you should still be able to get those prosthetics paid for by the insurance company even more than 400 weeks from when your injury occurred. Another couple of special rules about amputation injuries. One is that you need to be aware of that your amputation is probably going to qualify for payment of permanent partial disability benefits. That's a special benefit under Georgia workers' compensation law that you receive if you have a permanent impairment as a result of an injury. pretty much any amputation is going to be some sort of permanent impairment. Now, under the law, your authorized treating physician should give you a permanent partial disability rating using this book. It's called the American Medical Association Guides to the Evaluation of Permanent Impairment. They're required to use the 5th edition of that book, and they're going to give you a rating. They may not be able to read this here, but this is the pages in the book that talk about amputations to the hand or the fingers. It tells the doctors what % rating to give for particular types of amputation. So if you have any sort of amputation, the doctor should give you some sort of permanent partial disability rating, and that'll entitle you to payment of permanent partial disability benefits from the workers' compensation insurance company. Hope you found this video about the special rules under Georgia law for amputation injuries helpful. If you have, please let me know that. The best way you can do that is by liking this video or giving it a thumbs up. If you've got more questions or want more information about Georgia workers' compensation law, I'd encourage you to visit our Perkins Studdard Workers' Compensation channel on YouTube. You can view all the videos from the Georgia Workers' Compensation video series there, and you can also subscribe to that channel, and you'll be notified of future videos as they come out. If you've got some specific questions about your Georgia workers' compensation case, I'd encourage you to get answers to those questions. One of the best ways you can do that is by speaking with an attorney who specializes in workers' compensation. If you want to talk to me about your workers' compensation case, I'd be happy to do that. We can set up a free consultation about your case. There's 2 easy ways you can schedule that consultation. The first is by visiting our website, which is www.perkinslawtalk.com. And you can complete and submit our free consultation request form there, and someone from our workers' compensation team will reach out to you and get a consultation scheduled with me. The second way that you can do that is by calling our office at the phone number on the bottom of the screen. Someone from our team will speak with you and be happy to get a consultation scheduled. I want to thank you again for watching this video today. I want to wish you the best of luck as you recover from your injury.